Imagine a world where summers are scorching hot, storms are stronger than ever, and animals are losing their environment. Well, unfortunately, that is the reality of global warming. Although those things seem bad, that's not all global warming pandemic is about. It's about saving everything on our planet. Luckily, there's hope and understanding and action. In our presentation, we will break down what global warming really means, why it matters, and what we can do to solve this problem.
The media's role in climate change, it doesn't matter if you come from the left or the right, this is an issue that involves all of us. As we navigate this complex challenge, the role of media is pivotal. It serves not only as a platform of info, but also shares public perception, policy, and action. The media platforms have the power to dispel accurate and true information about climate change. A study from Ohio State University showed that factual reporting on climate change persuaded viewers in the study to support climate change policies, even those that are climate skeptics. By providing comprehensive coverage, the media can bridge the gap between scientific consensus and public understanding. The media has many options when it comes to issues they cover. One has many optics. One optic that is present in climate change is doomism. For example, within the last 15 years, the rhetoric of coverage was shifting from global warming and the effects of greenhouse gases to more charge-like language such as climate emergency and catastrophe. If answers to the problem are not affected, audiences are left with no hope for the future. The media can shape public perception and awareness of climate change through compelling stories and imagery. Journalists can humanize the impacts of climate change, making stories relatable and emotionally resonant. So pretty much, how can you stop climate change with the media? Make sure that the information that you're getting and the information that you are spreading is accurate, because there's a lot of disinformation out there.
Next, we're going to talk about how global warming happens. Like you mentioned, the greenhouse effect, which according to NASA is defined as when greenhouse gases accumulate near Earth's surface due to the exchange of radiation through the atmospheric layers. Carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, chlorofluorocarbons, and water vapor are the 5 main greenhouse gases, although water vapor doesn't add to global warming. Carbon dioxide is natural, and it can also be produced due to human activities. Volcanic eruptions under the natural category, and then the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation add to carbon dioxide production. Methane is produced naturally as found in plant matter breakdown. Human activities such as landfills and rice farming, fossil fuel production leaks, those aid to methane production, and natural gas itself is composed of 70 to 90% of methane. Nitrous oxide is a potent gas that's produced by farming practices, and it's released during commercial and organic fertilizer production and uses. And there has been an 18% increase in nitrous oxide in the past 100 years. The chlorofluorocarbons are not naturally produced or found. They do not exist in nature, and they are artificially made, and they have an industrial origin. The fossil fuels, like I covered briefly, they produce carbon that aid to the global warming. Coal, natural gas, and oil are among the main fossil fuels that produce carbon. Now, according to our world of data, the carbon emissions are the primary driver of climate change. The top 5 countries are some of the smallest. Number 5 was Trinidad and Tobago with 22.4 tons per person a year. Number 4 was Brunei, which was 24 tons per person. Number 3 was Kuwait with 25.6 tons per person. Number 2 was the United Arab Emirates with 25.8 tons per person. And number 1 was Qatar. I don't know how to say that. Qatar. Yeah, that sounds right. With 37.6 tons per person. However, the United States has produced the most carbon emissions in history, with about 1/4 of all historical emissions, with 400 billion tons 1751, although now the yearly emission per person is 14.9 tons. International aviation and shipping are the highest producers of carbon emissions.
So what can we do to slow down global warming? We can save energy at home, which includes lowering our heat and cooling, having LED light bulbs, energy efficient appliances, and washing your laundry with cold water. We can walk, bike, or take public transportation, which is not reasonable for everyone when you live in certain places, especially the smaller towns. It's not really feasible, but this reduces greenhouse gases. Eating more vegetables by using less dairy and meat, it can result into lower greenhouse gases and requires less energy, land, and water. These are one of these things that you can do, but it's not feasible for everyone. Consider your travel. Airplanes burn large amounts of fossil fuels. They suggest taking cars and trains. Throw away less food. Wasting resources and energy made to grow, produce, package, and transport food is more energy. Think about considering a compost. The last one, buy fewer things by reducing, reuse, repair, and recycle. Buy less things, shop secondhand, repair what you can, and recycle. Things that the government can do. Making recycling cheaper, offer regulated plastic so more can be recycled, and offer more and cheaper public transportation. This allows everyone to have the opportunity and chance to recycle and allows more things to be recycled.
So what should be done to help internationally? Well, there are a few regulations that should be put in place globally. An example of this is emission standards. Think of emission standards as a set of strict rules that should be enforced globally. This can limit things like how much pollution factories and cars make. By making these rules very strict and checking that everyone follows them, it can help to reduce the amount of contaminants that go into the air. This will be especially effective if there are increasingly large punishments for breaking these rules. Something else that is extremely important is awareness and education. This is exactly what it sounds like, and this is teaching everyone all over the world why global warming is a severe problem, and that it needs to be taken care of immediately. By offering this worldwide, it can help spread the word for everyone to contribute, even if they only do the little things. A little goes a long way when we can all work together. Additionally, it can educate the younger generations and make them more conscious of their decisions to help them through a healthier future. The key to getting through all of this, though, is international agreements. By working as a team, countries can share ideas and technologies to make sure that everyone is doing their part. This collaboration can allow for everyone to be informed and tackle global warming together. All of these things must be accomplished through global collaboration, and how can this be done? Currently being used is diplomatic negotiations. This can be done by creating a board full of each country's representatives. This board will be full of friendly relations rather than people telling each other what to do. This also uses effective monitoring and reporting, and we must make sure everybody is doing their part. Regular checking and progress reports can help us figure out what's going well and where our efforts need to improve. Unfortunately, we do know a lot of countries are selfish and will not want to get on board immediately, and that is why I believe the global board should offer incentives for participation. Giving rewards to countries who meet standards and excel at saving the planet can be key to getting everybody to work together. Rewards could be things such as money, technology, trade value, or support to make it easier to join hands. Most importantly, what you can do is peer pressure and accountability. This can go hand in hand with education and awareness. When more citizens are aware of the harsh reality we face, it will make them want to do better. This should lead to us urging political leaders to do better. Holding government officials accountable is important for the environment and is key that civilians enforce this. But we do need to make sure we're using flexible approaches. We really just need to be able to be creative and get everyone involved and try different strategies to solve our problems. Most importantly, this includes taking into account each country's socioeconomic status and finding attainable solutions for their citizens. By realizing each country has its own circumstances and resources, we can implement flexible legislation and standards for each country and their unique situation.
To sum it up, none of this sounds realistic on a global level if everybody's not doing their part in advocating for international change. Worldwide legislation and regulations are crucial for addressing global warming. By working together, we can create frameworks to hold countries accountable, protect our planet, and ensure that a more sustainable future. But none of this can happen if you don't do your part, and that starts in your own home. We all must strive to be informed and active citizens in order to protect and save our planet. And does anybody have any questions?